One man, three countries, over $21 billion. While the world was busy debating whether Africa is open for business, Aliko Dangote quietly built an industrial corridor from the Sahel to the Indian Ocean, and almost nobody connected the dots until now. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to show you exactly what Dangote is doing in Tanzania, Ethiopia and Kenya, and why this isn't just about cement or oil. This is about who controls East Africa's industrial future. If you're getting any value, kindly do all to hit the like, share and subscribe button. Let's start with Tanzania because this is where the blueprint was tested. In Twara, about 400 kilometers south of Dar es Salaam, Dangote Cement operates a 3 million ton per year plant, the largest cement factory in the country. And here's what matters. That plant didn't just show up fully formed, it took years. Production started at barely 25% capacity. Today, 100%, full tilt. Tanzania was proof of concept. It demonstrated that a Nigerian conglomerate could enter an East African market, navigate the regulatory environment, build local supply chains, and actually deliver. But Tanzania was never the destination, it was the launchpad. Now here's where it gets really interesting. Kenya, stay with me now. A few years ago, Dangote registered two companies in Kenya, Dangote Cement Kenya and Dangote Quarries Kenya, with plans to build cement plants in Kitui and near Nairobi. Each plant designed for 1.5 million tons annually. There were delays, pushback, limestone prospecting issues. Some analysts thought the project was over. And then, July 2026, Dangote dropped the real play. A proposed $17 billion oil refinery in Lamu, 700,000 barrels per day. That's a number so large, it will make it the biggest refinery in Africa, bigger than the one he already built in Lagos. Let that sink in. President Ruto himself confirmed it. 60,000 jobs, fuel supply to 8 neighboring countries, and the financing structure tells you everything. Internal cash flow, bonds, and a planned IPO. No conditional aid, no foreign loans with strings. Dangote is saying, we'll pay for this ourselves. But here's what nobody's talking about. Kenya sits at the intersection of the Lapset Corridor, a transport artery designed to connect Lamu to South Sudan and Ethiopia. A refinery in Lamu isn't just about Kenya's fuel needs. It's about supplying an entire region from a port that faces the Indian Ocean, straight into Asian and Middle Eastern markets. This is infrastructure that rewrites trade routes. And then there's Ethiopia. Dangote first entered Ethiopia in 2015 with the Muga cement plant, 2.5 million tons annual capacity. It wasn't smooth. In 2018, 2 staff members died. Production faced hurdles. Many companies would have walked away, but Dangote doubled down. February 2025, he announced a $400 million expansion to double Muga's capacity to 5 million tons by 2027. But that's just the surface. The total Dangote Group investment in Ethiopia now exceeds $4 billion. That includes a 110-kilometer pipeline, a 120-hectare expansion zone, and new ventures in sugar and fertilizer production. Ladies and gentlemen, read between the lines. Ethiopia has over 120 million people, the second largest population in Africa. It's landlocked. It needs cement for its construction boom. It needs fertilizer because it's an agricultural economy. Dangote is not just selling products there. He's embedding himself into the country's food security and infrastructure backbone. Now, ladies and gentlemen, This is where we have to zoom out, because these three countries are not random. Tanzania gave Dangote his East African operational experience. Ethiopia became his deepest market integration play: cement, pipelines, sugar, fertilizer, and Kenya, with Lamu refinery, is his declaration. A statement that a Nigerian industrialist can finance and build the largest refinery in Africa, not in Nigeria, but on the other side of the continent, without begging any foreign government for permission. The question is no longer whether Dangote is serious about East Africa. The question is whether these three countries together form a manufacturing and energy corridor that reshapes who controls production on the continent. You cement the foundation, you refine the fuel, you fertilize the soil. That's not just business, that's sovereignty by supply chain. What do you think? Is Lamu refinery going to actually get built, or is this another announcement that stalls out? And what does it mean when a single African conglomerate holds this much industrial weight across three sovereign nations? Do let me know in the comments. Representing the World Museum is Flo. Thank you. Until the next one.